Hey guys! Today's video is less of a tutorial video and more of a chit chat video. Normally I put a lot of time in creating a script for my video where I write down everything that I said, and sometimes I even send my video script to a friend of mine for correcting it and getting rid of annoying grammar mistakes and to get a more beautiful wording because I'm just not that eloquent. Not even in German, which is kind of embarrassing, yeah. But today I thought I'd do something different because, you know, it kind of gets a bit boring if you always read the script, although it can be just more informative, especially when it comes to tutorials. And today's video is about the creation process of my newest oil painting and how I decided to go with this motif and not another one. And I just want to share with you a bit of the whole creation process and a little bit of housekeeping before I start talking more about this painting. If you are interested in how I painted the face, especially the nose and the lips part, I have a 1-hour real-time tutorial available on my Patreon page where you can see my palette and I explain every tiny little step. And currently is the first part available on my Patreon page. The second part will be available this month, and for the rest of the face I have also a real-time video available for you so that you can pretty much see the complete process of the face, not in time-lapse like in this video, but you can see every tiny brush stroke and understand how I created it. So if you're interested in that, head over to my Patreon page and select the $5 or the $10 reward tier to get access to this video and to over 50 other painting tutorials and other amazing rewards that I create for my patrons every month because I love my patrons. So yeah, if you're interested in that, don't forget to check that out. There's also a limited edition of 25 fine art prints available of art winner, and they are in my online shop. And if you're interested in the original, you can find it on eBay. I have links to all of these sites in the description of the video, and if you're interested in the materials, they are also listed in the description of the video. What let me create this painting was actually that I looked back on my older works. In the beginning of the year, I create a new page on my website for my new oil paintings, and my website is like a collection of all my artwork because I can't decide what to keep on it and what not. I pretty much show all of my artworks that I'm happy with, and they are sorted and organized by the year of creation. So for 2018, I definitely needed another page for my website, and so I could also see, okay, what did I create in 2017? How does my art look? Am I happy with it? And I looked over it and I was like, it's something kind of what was missing, and I wasn't so happy with them, and I was wondering because every single artwork that I do after I created it, I was super happy with it. So I would say, hey, this is a beautiful geisha, or this is a beautiful oiran, and this also looks nice, but all of them together, I didn't know. I wasn't so quite satisfied with them. So I looked back at my older works, and this is like the worst thing that can happen. When you just look back like 3 or 4 years ago, and then you think, oh great, so my art has become worse. And all of my older works, I like them way better than my newer works. I know it's not actually the case, but my taste changes over time, and sometimes I prefer one or another style. So I just looked back at one of my older works and I was like, oh man, I totally did not paint these abstractions anymore. I didn't create as many oil paintings, and the oil paintings that I did just were too much rendered, and like the whole freestyle effects that I used to add to my paintings weren't weren't there. And I was kind of disappointed and a bit sad about it. And then I thought like, no, I definitely need to do another one of these artworks. And this was the initial sparkle that I needed to create this artwork. And sometimes it is that I have an idea like, I want to create another beautiful fairy painting, and then I start doing the mock-up, and then in the end something completely different it emerges, it just doesn't look like my initial idea at all. And I forget about my initial idea. And then after I finished the painting, I'm just, didn't I want to create a fairy? So this is like, happens so often that I have something in mind that I want to create a beautiful mermaid or everything, and then something completely different happens and I create a completely different motive. But with this one, I stayed very focused on the initial idea. So I wanted to create a portrait, like the most beautiful woman that I could ever imagine in my life. And then I want to have those colorful, beautiful flowers and elements of nature surrounding her. And I definitely wanted to add these abstractions because I really love them. And I wanted to have a blue background because like blue sky is just my favorite background. It just reminds me of summer and spring, and I don't know, I just want to have all the colors in the painting. I just can't decide. Like a normal painter would say, hey, I have this color palette and then I follow it, but I just can't decide. I want all the colors in my paintings. And my boyfriend, for example, who has a relatively muted color palette, he always makes fun of my color choices, and he said, you don't have a palette, you just take all the colors. And he's very right with it. I just like colorful painting so much, and everything that is colorful attracts me. Like there's something super bright somewhere, I don't know, beautiful flowers or something, a movie poster, I just have to go there and check it out. So this is how I create the mock-ups as well. I just add all the colors and all the beautiful flowers until I am happy with my mock-up. I'm really fascinated by female beauty in general, and I absolutely love like exploring the features that a beautiful face consists of. And what I ended up doing was that I searched the internet for images, and yeah, I found so many beautiful models, and I thought I make the best thing of all of them, and I just merged them together in Photoshop. So I would take the eyes of one photograph and the mouth of another photograph and the hairstyle from a third photograph, and then I would really carefully put it all together and merge the layers and also adapt the skin colors, because oftentimes like one skin is a bit darker or more brownish, and so I would slightly and very carefully manipulate these photographs in Photoshop. And then in the end, my favorite filter is the liquify function of Photoshop. This is like the best thing ever. So the liquify filter, it finds a face in your image. It works most of the time. It doesn't always work, but if it does, then it recognizes the face of your picture, and then after it recognizes it, you can, for example, change the eye size or the tilt of the eye or how far the eyes are away from each other. You can manipulate the chin and the jaw and the lips and the nose. This is perfect. Like, I want to have this for my own face. This would be amazing. So yeah, I did that, and then I had the perfect model and the most beautiful face that I could ever imagine, and then I painted it. So this is, I don't know, but this is what makes me happy, if I can create beautiful things. So yeah, this is basically how this painting emerged. And I also really like mythology and fairy tales in general, and since I was depicting a light-skinned girl with red hair, I was thinking of maybe a Celtic mythology and something that would fit to this painting. And I thought, what could be a better fit than a goddess? So this is Ardwina. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. And Ardwina is the goddess of the forest with all the nature elements. I think this is the perfect manifestation of this goddess. And I think my favorite feature of the whole painting are the little freckles. I think I never really painted freckles, and I love them so much. Like, although it is probably already outdated, because like all the Instagram photos where you have these fake freckles that girls paint in their faces, like although this is maybe a bit too cheesy, I still kind of love freckles. So this was like the finishing cherry on the top, and yeah, I really love the painting. So I'm happy with this one. This is great. And I hope that at the end of 2018, I'm still happy with it. So as I said, I'm kind of happy with when I finish the painting, but the whole year has to be good too. So This would soothe my conscience. What I found challenging while painting her was the slight tilt of her head, because when I paint something, normally my brain would automatically correct the tilt and make everything horizontal, and then I would, for example, paint the eyes on the same layer and everything is like straight. But on the photo, the head was slightly tilted, which is very beautiful. But it is super, super difficult to paint that. I don't know if it's just me or just generally when you paint faces and they're not in a really weird position. They are normally relatively straight and the facial features are on one layer. If they are on different layers, it looks totally off. So I would automatically correct this. But because this face was slightly tilted, I under no circumstances had to do that. So this was pretty challenging. And I think I might have succeeded in adding this slight tilt. And what was definitely also difficult was to get the eyes not only like slightly tilted, but also then symmetrical. I had to work a lot on the eyes and go back and forth from my canvas, from the easel, to get a good view on the painting. Yeah, that's it for today's video, and I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to comment, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye!